The air felt heavy as the heart monitor's steady beep slowed. Andrew Harrison, among the richest men in America, was dying in the master bedroom of his mansion, converted into a private ICU outfitted with the finest machines money could buy. Relatives crowded the space. Brothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, nephews, draped in expensive black, faces fixed somewhere between sorrow and calculation. No one noticed the stunning black woman who had slipped in an hour earlier. She sat quietly in a corner, eyes fixed on Andrew. When the doctor pulled the family into the hallway, she crossed the room and took his hand. "I'm here, my love," she whispered. His eyelids fluttered, finding her face. A faint smile softened the pallor. "Olivia," he breathed. "You came?" "I promised," she said, tears spilling. "I always keep my promises." His grip strengthened. 8 years wasn't enough. I should have told them. I should... "Hush," she soothed, brushing away a tear from his cheek. "We had our reasons. I never regretted a day with you." The door opened. Andrew's eldest brother, Marcus, stopped cold at the sight of Olivia holding Andrew's hand. "Who are you? How did you get in?" "This is a private family matter." Olivia didn't look away from Andrew. "Marcus," Andrew said, voice steadier. "This is Olivia. She's my friend," Olivia cut in. "An old friend." Marcus frowned, then gave a tight nod. 5 minutes. Then you'll need to leave." After he stepped out, Andrew turned to her, pain clouding his eyes. "Even now you protect them." "No," she murmured. "I'm protecting your peace. This isn't the moment for revelations that would only bring chaos." He closed his eyes. "The letter in my desk. My attorney has the rest. They'll learn soon enough, I know." She kissed his forehead. "Rest. I love you. Always. Promise me," he whispered as his breathing labored. "Stay for the reading. Face them. They need to see you. Truly see you." She hesitated, then nodded. "I promise." The family filed back in, suspicion flickering toward Olivia before their focus returned to Andrew. His breathing grew rougher. The doctor checked his vitals and gave the slightest shake of his head. Olivia stayed in the corner, the silent witness to a life she'd shared in secret. No one saw her hands tremble, or the way she bit her lip to keep from crying out. No one understood her heart was breaking as she watched her husband die among relatives who had never known she existed. When Andrew exhaled for the last time, Olivia slipped into the hall and pressed herself to the wall, swallowing sobs into her palm. She had promised to stay for the will, but first she needed a private place to grieve the man she'd loved completely. Emma, his niece, found her there. "You mattered to him, didn't you?" Emma asked softly. Olivia dabbed at her tears. "Yes, he never discussed personal things, only business." Emma's eyes were red. "I wish I'd known him better." "He was complicated," Olivia said, "but he had a good heart." Emma nodded. "Will you come to the funeral?" Olivia remembered her promise. "Yes, and the reading." Emma blinked. "The will? That's for family." Olivia straightened. "I'll be there." As she walked away, the weight of 8 years of secrecy pressed down. Soon everything would be revealed. Soon the walls they'd built would collapse. And then, what would become of the love story kept hidden from everyone? What would become of her? Andrew's last plea echoed, "They need to see you. Really see you." After 8 years of invisibility, Olivia wasn't sure she knew how. The gala shimmered with New York's elite. Crystal chandeliers scattered rainbows over donors writing checks for the Children's Hospital. Olivia Johnson glided through with a clipboard, ensuring everything ran flawlessly. As the event coordinator, she'd spent months on this night. "Excuse me," a deep voice said. "Is there a quiet place to make a call?" She turned to the bluest eyes she'd ever seen. Tall, salt and pepper hair, a tux cut like a second skin, old money. "Of course, Mr. Harrison," she said, recognizing the major donor. "There's a library down the hall to your left." He looked surprised. "You know who I am. It's my job to know everyone here, especially someone who gave $1 million. And you are?" Olivia Johnson, I organized tonight. His gaze swept the room with appreciation. Then I should compliment you. This is exceptionally well done. Thank you. The library? She led him to the book-lined room. At the door he paused. Have dinner with me tomorrow? She blinked. I'm sorry. Dinner. Tomorrow. She studied him. Andrew Harrison, 45, never married, billionaire, ruthless in business. She knew every major donor. Why? He laughed. A real laugh that changed his severe face. Because you didn't pretend you didn't know me, and you weren't dazzled either. Because you're clearly brilliant. Because you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I don't date clients, she said. The event ends tomorrow. I won't be your client then, he said, eyes bright. Just dinner. If it's awful, you never see me again. She shouldn't. Truly. But his directness intrigued her. Just dinner, she agreed. Just dinner became breakfast, then lunch. Within a month, they were inseparable. Andrew's world was unlike anything she'd known. Jets, coastal estates, chefs who visited the table. Yet the greatest surprise was Andrew himself. Behind the shark was a thoughtful, funny, unexpectedly vulnerable man. My family has expectations, he said one night in bed. The Harrison legacy stretches back generations, old money, old ideas. They wouldn't approve of me, she asked. He traced her cheek. They wouldn't approve of anyone who might rupture their perfect image. You challenge everything they believe. Because I'm black. Partly, he admitted, they're stuck in a past century. Also because you're independent, outspoken, not from their world. You won't play their games. So what does that mean for us? He kissed her. It means I choose them or you. 3 months later, he proposed with a simple emerald ring, her favorite stone. I want to marry you, he said, but I have to ask something hard. She waited. I want it private. Just us. No family, no press, no announcements. You want to keep me a secret. I want to keep us sacred, he countered. My family will try to destroy this. They've done it before. I can't risk losing you. So I live in the shadows? Never meet your family? What life is that? He took her hands. One where we set the rules, where we build something of our own without interference. I'm not ashamed of you, Olivia. I'm afraid of them. She thought for days. Was love enough if it was hidden? Could she be happy as a secret wife? In the end, she said yes, with conditions. 5 years, she told him. We keep it private 5 years. Then everyone knows no matter what. He agreed instantly. They married in a tiny Caribbean ceremony, just the officiant and 2 strangers as witnesses. They bought a city penthouse for their true life and a small suburban house under an LLC for their cover. For 3 years it worked. Bliss inside their bubble, safe from Harrison judgment. Andrew split time between the public and the private. Olivia grew her events business under her maiden name. In year 4, everything changed. I'm pregnant, she told him. Joy washed over his face, then worry. This changes things. Yes, she said. They made Montauk their sanctuary after the news. Andrew purchased the beach house through a holding company untraceable by his family. Private shoreline, tall hedges, an electronic gate, freedom. We can raise our child here, Andrew said, toes in the surf. At least part-time, away from prying eyes. For how long, she asked, sifting sand through her fingers. We said 5 years. The deadline is next year. And now, a baby? He sat, arm around her. I know, I think about it constantly. The company's in a fragile place. We're negotiating the biggest merger in Harrison history. If my family gets distracted by personal drama, our marriage, our child, hurt flashed in her eyes. No, God, no. He raked a hand through his hair. That came out wrong. You and the baby, that's real life. The company, the family expectations, that's the drama. But the timing? My father's fading. If he finds out now, it could shatter everything he built. I didn't agree to hide forever, she said, standing. I won't raise our child as a secret. Just a little more time, he pleaded. After the merger, after my father, things will be different, I promise. She looked at the man she loved and saw the war inside him. 3 more years, after the baby, then we tell everyone no matter what. He nodded solemn. 3 years. Their daughter Sophia came on a stormy April night. Andrew held Olivia's hand through every contraction, tears streaming when the tiny bundle was placed in. His arms. She's perfect, he whispered, like her mother. For the first year they lived in a joyous bubble. Andrew spent 4 days a week at the beach house, 3 in the city maintaining the public image. It wasn't ideal, but they made it work. Then Andrew's father suffered a massive stroke. The family demanded his constant presence. Days turned to weeks. I'm sorry, he told Olivia during a rare weekend. Everything's falling at once. The merger's wobbling, my father's worse, and Marcus wants changes that could undo decades. She saw the toll. Dark circles, weight loss, the constant ping of his phone. We'll get through it, she said, family first. You and Sophia are my family, he said. The rest are my responsibility. Their time shrank. His father lingered. The merger dragged on. Andrew lived a double life, torn between duty and devotion. He missed Sophia's 2nd birthday party. Board ran late, he explained on the phone. Then another crisis with father. I can't get away. It's okay, she said. We recorded everything. She won't remember, but you will, he said quietly. I'm failing you both. You're doing your best in an impossible bind. That night, after bedtime, Olivia sat on the deck, the ocean whispering. The deadline loomed. Would he ever be ready to tell the truth? A car pulled in, his Aston Martin. He rushed in, breathless, and lifted her into his arms. I couldn't miss it completely. I can only stay an hour, but I had to see you. He stood over Sophia's crib. She's so big, he whispered. I'm missing too much. Then stop, she said. Choose. I'm trying. The merger's almost done. Father, maybe a year, maybe tomorrow. No way to know. And after that, another reason, another delay? No, he said. I promise. 3 more months to finalize the merger. Then I start stepping back. I've already set it up. And your family? Once I'm not tied to the company, their opinions won't matter. He meant it. She could see it. But she'd heard promises before. 3 months, she said. Then no more hiding. He kissed her. No more hiding. 3 months passed. Complications hit the merger. His father rallied and demanded Andrew's presence. Olivia was alone with Sophia more often, watching their daughter grow without him. On their 5th anniversary, he didn't come home. He called at midnight, wrecked. Marcus cornered me. He's suspicious about my time away. He had me followed. Her blood ran cold. Did they find us? No, I was careful. But we have to be even more careful. Marcus is hunting for weaknesses. If he finds you and Sophia, what if he does? Maybe it's time. Maybe this is the push. Silence stretched. I need more time, he said, until I secure my position post-merger. Then I can protect you when the truth comes out. With a heavy heart, she agreed to wait. Again. As Sophia's 3rd birthday neared, Andrew was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. The kitchen smelled of coffee and pancakes when he arrived on a Tuesday. A weekday visit. Something was wrong. Daddy, Sophia squealed, racing to him with sticky hands. At 3, she was perfectly them, his blue eyes, her warm brown skin and curls. He held her too long, too tight. Over her head, his eyes met Olivia's. The pain there twisted her stomach. Finish your breakfast, sweetie, Olivia said gently. Daddy and I need to talk. On the deck, she asked, what is it? I've had pain. Thought stress, maybe an ulcer. Saw a doctor. She waited, holding her breath. Pancreatic cancer. Stage 3. The world tilted. No. There must be a mistake. I got a second opinion. It's aggressive. Already spread locally. Options, surgery isn't possible. They want aggressive chemo, then radiation. We'll get the best doctors, she paced. We'll fight. The prognosis isn't good, Liv. Even with treatment, months, maybe a year. No, she said, tears rising. clinical trials, experimental protocols, whatever it takes. That's my warrior, he said softly. Don't you dare give up, she warned. Sophia needs her father. I need my husband. I'll fight, he said, but we have to be realistic. What does your family know? Nothing. I wanted you to know first. They need to know about us now before treatment. I should be by your side. He hesitated. The timing is never perfect, she snapped. If not now, when? When you're too sick to stand up to them? When you're gone and we face them alone? You're right, he said at last. It's time, but carefully. My father's precarious. My brothers are circling, looking to seize control. If I drop it all at once, then what? Start treatment. Get through the first rounds, then I'll lay the groundwork. Tell them there's someone important. And when do they meet me? Meet Sophia? Soon, he promised. Before year's end. She wanted to demand immediate action, but fatigue lined his face. He was fighting for his life. Okay, she said reluctantly, but I'm involved in the treatment. I come to appointments. I talk to doctors. Of course, I need you there. They spent the day playing on the beach, Andrew snapping hundreds of photos. During Sophia's nap, they made love with urgent tenderness, time ticking loudly in their minds. At dusk, he grew quiet. I need to update my will, he said. Make sure you and Sophia are protected. Don't talk like that. We have to be practical, Liv. If I die before my family knows... She touched his lips. You're going to beat this, and they'll know us long before then. He kissed her palm. I'm seeing my attorney tomorrow. Weeks blurred into appointments, treatment plans, stolen moments. Chemo began. Nausea, exhaustion. Olivia drove him, held him, kept Sophia's world soft. On days he couldn't travel, she brought Sophia to the penthouse. The little girl played quietly while Daddy rested, her usual exuberance dimmed by his illness. 2 months in, Andrew's father had another stroke and died 3 days later. The funeral drew politicians, celebrities, titans. Andrew stood with his siblings, the devoted son, while Olivia watched on television, an outsider to her husband's public life. Afterward, Andrew worsened. The cancer resisted. Instead of introducing Olivia to his family, he fought for hours, then minutes. I need more time, he told her on a rare good day. Not like this. Not amid chaos. I understand, she said, holding his thinning hand. But Sophia asks for you constantly. She doesn't understand the sickness, the absences. He closed his eyes, tears slipping. Bring her tomorrow. I need to see her. Are you sure? Your brother might come by. I don't care anymore. If he meets her, so be it. The next day, a new medication reaction sent Andrew back to the hospital. Olivia paced the waiting room, afraid to run into the family. A nurse took pity. Are you a friend? Olivia nodded. He's asking for you. His family just left for dinner. You have about an hour. She slipped in, heart breaking at the lines and machines. His robust frame was skeletal, his skin jaundiced. Hey, beautiful, he whispered. She kissed his forehead. Hey, yourself. Liar, he teased. How do you feel? Like I'm running out of road. He squeezed her hand. Promise me something. Anything. If I don't make it, don't let them erase you. Don't let them pretend you and Sophia don't exist. A sob caught. Andrew, promise me. The will is set. My attorney knows everything, but you have to be strong. Stand up to them. I promise, she whispered. But you'll be fine. You'll tell them yourself. He shook his head slightly. We both know that's not true. The new scans. It's everywhere. She lay her head on his chest, listening to the uneven beat. I love you. We'll get through this. But she knew they wouldn't, at least not together. The clock was winding down. Autumn leaves skittered across the Harrison estate as Olivia pulled up to the gates. She'd never been here, only seen it in magazines. 4 months since diagnosis, Andrew was fading fast. The experimental trial had failed. Doctors now said weeks. Yesterday, he'd been moved home for hospice. He'd called, a whisper, I need to see you, both of you. I can't die without holding you again. She pressed the intercom. Harrison residence, I'm here to see Andrew. He's expecting me. Your name? Olivia Johnson. A pause. Mr. Harrison is expecting you. Come to the main entrance. She drove up the winding lane, the stone mansion looming. She woke 4-year-old Sophia gently. Are we seeing Daddy? Yes, sweetheart. Remember? He's very sick, so we're quiet and gentle. Sophia nodded, clutching her stuffed rabbit. A butler met them, impassive. Mr. Harrison is in the East Wing. They passed through rooms crowded with art, the air thick with whispering eyes. The butler knocked. A nurse opened, surprised by Olivia and Sophia. He's resting. Let them in, Andrew's faint voice called. Please. The room was dim, curtains drawn, medical equipment hemmed the bed. Olivia approached with Sophia's hand in hers. Hey, we're here. Andrew's eyes opened, struggling to focus. Joy broke across his face. You came. Of course. She kissed him lightly. He turned to Sophia, who hung back, startled by the change in him. Come here, princess. Don't be afraid. Olivia lifted her onto the bed. Does it hurt, Daddy? Not when you're here, he said, voice stronger than in days. I've missed you so much. I drew pictures, Sophia said, tugging out crayon pages. Mommy says they'll help you feel better. They already have, he told her, as she spread them over his blanket. For an hour, they lived in a fragile bubble. He listened to preschool stories, asked questions, told her how much he loved her. Olivia stored every detail like photographs in her mind. A knock broke the spell. Marcus strode in. Andrew, the attorney is... He stopped at the sight of Olivia and Sophia. Andrew didn't look away. Marcus, this is Olivia, and this is Sophia. Marcus looked from them to Andrew. The attorney needs to discuss paperwork, privately. Anything he has to say can be said in front of my wife and daughter, Andrew said, deliberate. Silence slammed down. You're what? Marcus asked. You heard me. Andrew's hand found Olivia's, weak but certain. It's time for the truth. I'm dying. I won't leave with lies on my lips. Marcus's face hardened. We'll discuss this later, when you're thinking clearly. He left, the door closing sharply. That went well, Andrew quipped. Drained. She managed a smile. Could have been worse. He'll be back, with reinforcements. Sophia had moved to a chair by the window, absorbed in her book. Olivia leaned close. Should we go? No, he said. This is what I wanted for years. No more hiding. Your family won't make it easy. I don't care anymore. I've been a coward too long, afraid of their control. It bought me nothing, only regrets. She blinked tears away. Don't! You did what you thought was right. I did what was easy, he said. You paid the price. The door opened. Marcus returned with 2 sisters and the family attorney. Andrew, one sister began, what is Marcus talking about? Who are these people? Andrew struggled to sit. Olivia adjusted pillows. Elizabeth, Catherine, this is my wife, Olivia, and our daughter, Sophia. Elizabeth gasped. Catherine's hand flew to her mouth. That's impossible, Elizabeth said. You're not married. 8 years, Andrew said calmly, quietly, privately. My choice. The attorney stepped forward. Mr. Harrison, perhaps we should wait. It can't wait, James. You know that. Andrew's voice was fading, the energy spent. You have the papers. You know the truth. James nodded reluctantly. Yes, sir. Marcus rounded on him. What papers? Mr. Harrison's will and associated documents, James said, which I cannot discuss until after his passing, per instructions. Absurd, Catherine snapped. He's not in his right mind. Olivia had stayed quiet to spare Andrew, but he was flagging fast. He needs rest, she said firmly. And who are you to decide? Elizabeth demanded. His wife, Olivia answered. If you care about him, let him have peace. The nurse arrived. He needs medication and rest. Everyone out. Marcus jabbed a finger at Olivia. Especially her. She has no right here. She has every right, Andrew rasped, more than any of you. The nurse herded them out. Olivia kissed him. I'll come tomorrow, she promised. He caught her wrist. Stay. Don't leave me alone with them. She glanced at sleeping Sophia. We'll stay, as long as you want. The family retreated, casting hard looks. The attorney paused. Mrs. Harrison, he said quietly, perhaps we could speak later? She nodded, surprised at the title. Of course. Andrew slept fitfully. Olivia held his hand while Sophia napped. Outside, whispers and footsteps ebbed and flowed, the house in turmoil. At dusk, James returned with a folder. He's sleeping, she whispered. Good. James sat. Olivia, I should prepare you. I've been their attorney for 30 years. What's coming won't be pretty. I expect that. Andrew brought me your marriage certificate 5 years ago, he continued. He wanted to protect you and eventually your child. The will is airtight. That won't stop them from challenging it. Why tell me this? Because Andrew asked me to watch out for you. He knew this day would come. He opened the folder. Copies of everything, marriage certificates, Sophia's birth certificate naming Andrew, deeds, accounts, all binding. Tears burned her eyes. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. The battle's just beginning. How long, medically? Days, maybe a week. Then we must prepare. They'll try to force you out, call you an imposter, a gold digger, question Andrew's capacity. What should I do? Stay, fight. For him and your daughter. He handed her his card. Anytime. Alone again, the weight of what lay ahead finally landed. 8 years in the shadows. Now, the harsh light. She looked at Sophia, then Andrew. They were worth it. Whatever came next, she would face it. For them. Dawn crept in. Olivia had dozed in the chair. Sophia slept on a daybed. A soft knock. The nurse entered with medication, followed by Emma, carrying a breakfast tray. I thought you might be hungry, Emma said, tentative. Thank you, Olivia replied, surprised. Is it true? Are you really his wife? For 8 years. Why didn't he tell us? That's complicated. Emma glanced at Sophia. And she's his? Yes. Sophia. 4. Emma studied the sleeping child. She has his eyes. And his stubborn streak, Olivia said, managing a smile. The family's in chaos, Emma said. Uncle Marcus talks about declaring Andrew incompetent. Aunt Elizabeth says you're a con artist. And you? Olivia asked. Emma considered. Uncle Andrew always had secrets. He was different. Kinder, less performative. I've never seen him look at anyone the way he looked at you. Andrew stirred. Emma? I'm here, Uncle. Being nice to my girls? He rasped. Trying, she smiled. Good. Someone should be. He reached for Olivia's hand. Water. She helped him sip. The nurse adjusted meds. The doctor will be at 10, she said, then left. They got 1 sweet hour, just a family, before Marcus returned with a doctor. Andrew, this is Dr. Reynolds, here to assess your mental state. Get out, Andrew said. It's for your own good, Marcus insisted. You're not thinking clearly. We need to protect my family, Andrew cut in. I'm protecting my real family. This woman appears with a child claiming you never mentioned them. That was my choice, my mistake, not hers. The doctor cleared his throat. Perhaps a few minutes alone? Anything you say can be said in front of my wife and daughter, Andrew replied. Very well. The doctor began a series of probing questions, angling for confusion. Despite weakness, Andrew was crisp and consistent. Olivia watched, proud and aching. At last, the doctor stood. I'll compile my findings. Don't bother, Andrew said. I'm dying, not delusional. My decisions are mine. If my family can't accept that, it's their problem. After they left, Andrew collapsed back, exhausted. They won't stop, Liv. I know, she said, smoothing his hair. Neither will we. The day blurred, doctors, nurses, wary family visits. As evening fell, Andrew worsened, breathing ragged, pain rising. The hospice doctor adjusted meds and pulled Olivia aside. It's accelerating, hours, not days. Olivia swayed. Are you sure? I've seen this often. Say what needs saying. Olivia asked Emma to take Sophia to another room for a while, then she sat, holding Andrew's hand, memorizing his face. Remember our first date? She asked, a weak smile. You wore red. I couldn't look away. tiny, overpriced French plates, and you wanted a burger. He coughed a laugh. That's when I knew. Knew what? You were the real thing in a world of pretenders. I'm sorry, Liv, for the hiding, for my fear. Don't, she breathed against his forehead. We had 8 beautiful years. We have Sophia. No regrets. Just one. That I won't see her grow. That I won't grow old with you. Tears slipped down her cheeks. I'll make sure she knows you every day how much you loved her. Promise me something else, he gasped. Don't let them push you out. Stand your ground. You and Sophia deserve everything, I promise. Bring Sophia, he said later. I need to say goodbye. Emma brought the little girl. Sophia climbed onto the bed, small and solemn. Are you going to heaven, Daddy? Soon, sweetheart. I'll still watch over you. Will you be an angel? The best angel. When you see a star, that's me winking. Will you come back? Not like you think, but I'll never really leave here. He touched her heart, and in your memories. For an hour, he made one last memory, stories, laughter, kindergarten plans. When he tired, Olivia suggested Sophia draw him a special picture. While she drew, Andrew pulled Olivia close. It's time, he whispered. I can feel it. I'm not ready, she said. Neither am I. But it's happening, remember? The letter in my desk, the safe at the beach house. James has copies, I remember. And Liv, be happy again someday, that's an order. The door opened. Marcus and Elizabeth entered with others. We need to talk, Marcus began. Not now, Olivia said. He's exhausted. This can't wait, Elizabeth pressed. The family needs answers. The only answer you need is that I love my wife and daughter, Andrew said, voice suddenly clear. The rest is in my will. You expect us to accept this secret marriage? A child we never knew? It's absurd, Marcus snapped. Your acceptance isn't required, Andrew said, only your compliance. Elizabeth glared at Olivia. How much is he paying you to play along? Andrew pushed himself upright, anger flaring. Enough, Elizabeth. No, she shot back. You bring strangers here and expect. How do we know the child is even yours? Sophia's lip trembled at the raised voices. Olivia pulled her close. Don't you dare involve my child. Whatever you have with me or Andrew, leave her out of it. A strange gurgle cut through the tension. Andrew's body jerked, then went still. Andrew? Olivia rushed to him. The monitor flattened into a continuous tone. The nurse ran in, hit the emergency button. Everyone out, now. The family backed away, shock smothering their anger. Olivia stood frozen, one hand on Andrew's chest, the other on Sophia, who began to wail. Daddy, wake up. The medical team arrived, but it was already over. Andrew Harrison was gone. Amid official pronouncements, tender explanations, and calls to the funeral home, Olivia held Sophia, both sobbing. She felt the family watching, some grieving, some calculating. Only Emma stepped forward, touching Olivia's shoulder. I'm so sorry. Marcus cleared his throat. The family will handle arrangements. We'll be in touch about other matters. We're staying tonight, Olivia said. Sophia and I need to say goodbye. That won't be necessary, Elizabeth said coldly. This is for family. We are family, Olivia said evenly, and we're staying. Marcus seemed ready to argue, then reconsidered. Dragging off a widow and child would look monstrous. One night, he said, we'll discuss the rest in the morning. Emma helped settle Sophia. When the child finally slept, clutching her rabbit and her drawing, Olivia returned to Andrew's side. I'll keep my promise, she whispered, kissing his cooling forehead. They'll know us. They'll see us. And Sophia will have everything you wanted for her outside, the sky pricked with stars, one shone brighter. Olivia smiled through tears. Andrew was already winking. Morning came gray and rainy. Olivia barely slept, planning next steps between caring for Sophia. James arrived in a dark suit. I came as soon as I heard, he said. My condolences. Thank you. Can we talk in the hall? The family called an emergency meeting for this. Afternoon, he said quietly. Funeral plans and other matters, which means you and Sophia. I expected that. I brought the documents. And this. He handed her an envelope. Andrew directed that you receive this upon his death. What happens now? Now we prepare for the will, which Andrew ordered to be read immediately after the funeral. The family will try to delay to build a case. And the funeral? Day after tomorrow. They're moving fast to minimize press. Meaning me. Precisely. They want you gone before the service, but as his legal wife you have every right to attend. They can't stop you without a scene. I don't want a scene, I want to say goodbye. And you will, he said, pack your things. You shouldn't stay here longer than necessary. We'll go to the penthouse. Good. Here's my personal cell. Inside, Sophia sat up, clutching her rabbit. Is Daddy an angel now? Yes, sweetheart, I miss him. Me too, baby. They packed, acutely aware of staff watching, whispers trailing. The family kept distance, communicating by notes. At noon, ready to leave, Marcus intercepted them. The funeral will be private. Family only. I'm sure you understand. I understand exactly what you're trying to do, Olivia said. I will be at my husband's funeral. My daughter and I will say goodbye. Don't make a scene. Then don't create one. Accept who we are. We'll see what the courts say about who you are, he growled. I've been discreet for 8 years, she said. That ends now. At the penthouse, after settling Sophia, Olivia opened Andrew's letter. His handwriting undid her. My dearest Olivia, if you're reading this, I left you to face what I was too afraid to confront. I'm sorry for that. Not for a single moment with you. You and Sophia were my real world. Everything else was shadow. By now my family is circling, trying to erase you. Don't let them. Fight. The will is airtight. James has everything. The letter in my desk details accounts, passwords, properties, investments. A safe at the beach house holds cash and essentials if things get messy. I should have introduced you years ago. That's my regret. But regrets don't matter. The future does, yours and Sophia's. I set things up to protect you both. They'll fight, but you're stronger than all of them. You once told me, love isn't what you say, it's what you do. I hope what I've done proves how much I loved you. Live well. Be happy. When Sophia sees the stars, tell her I'm looking back. All my love, always, Andrew. She pressed the letter to her heart, allowed a raw minute of grief, then found the office key and opened the desk. The second envelope was there, detailed financials. The numbers stole her breath. He'd been generous, but she hadn't grasped the scale, or how much he'd put in her name. Accounts she didn't know, properties abroad, investment portfolios, Sophia's trusts, meticulous, irrefutable. James called, funeral at St. Patrick's Tenderlois, A.M., private service, burial in Westchester, will reading at 3 p.m. at my office, press, inevitably. The family wants it quiet. What should I expect at the reading? Drama, outrage, possible legal challenges. Are you ready? She looked at the documents and a photo of the 3 of them on Sophia's 3rd birthday. I'm ready for anything. 48 hours passed in a blur. Outfits for the funeral, friends rallying, late-night crying jags, rereading financials until they felt familiar. The morning dawned clear, unseasonably warm. Olivia placed Sophia in a simple black dress with a white collar and wore a sleek black sheath. Elegant, restrained. They arrived as the family gathered on the cathedral steps. Murmurs rippled. Marcus blocked them. This isn't appropriate, he hissed. Stepping aside would be appropriate, she replied. Don't make a scene in front of your brother's daughter. Press lenses trained on them. Marcus moved, unwilling to perform cruelty on camera. Inside, Olivia and Sophia sat front row across the aisle from the immediate family. The cavernous space was only partly filled. Andrew had been private, his true circle was small. The eulogies spoke of business acumen, philanthropy, legacy, nothing about his dry humor, love of simple pleasures, or devotion to his daughter. After the hymn, the family followed the casket. Olivia and Sophia fell in behind, whispers trailing. At the graveside, family clustered close. Olivia and Sophia stood apart until Emma quietly joined them. "He would have wanted you here," she whispered. "Can I put my drawing with Daddy?" Sophia asked. Olivia hesitated under the stairs, then nodded. "Of course." The casket was lowered. Family placed roses. Sophia dropped her folded picture. "Bye, Daddy," she said clearly. "Don't forget to wink." Even stony faces softened. James approached. 3:00. "Do you need the address? I know it." The attorney's conference room crackled with tension. The Harrison clan, their attorneys. Everyone fell silent when Olivia entered. "Mrs. Harrison," James said, indicating the head seat. The title rippled like a pebble in a pond. He began, "Properly executed will. Witnessed, notarized, 6 months old, 2 physicians and a psychiatric evaluation confirmed capacity. Any challenges must be formal. Today is informational. Bequests to siblings, personal effects, and modest cash. Generous but small in context. Trusts for nieces and nephews. Charitable donations, restlessness mounted. Then the key. To my beloved wife, Olivia Johnson Harrison, I leave the remainder of my estate, including our homes in New York City, Montauk, Aspen, and Paris, my personal investment portfolio, art collection, non-Harrison business stakes, and all other assets not otherwise designated." Silence. Then an explosion. Outrage. Threats. Vows to contest. "There's more," James said. "To my daughter, Sophia Elizabeth Harrison, I establish a trust administered by her mother until age 25, at which point she will assume full control. This trust includes my shares in Harrison Industries and associated companies." Uproar. "Unacceptable." Marcus slammed the table. "Family control cannot pass to an outsider's vote." "The shares transfer to Sophia's trust," James said. "Until she's of age, the trustee, Olivia, holds the voting rights." "We're contesting immediately," Elizabeth snapped. "On what grounds?" James asked mildly. "Andrew was legally married. Sophia is legitimate. Capacity is documented. No viable grounds." One final section, Andrew's message to be read now. James read Andrew's words. Regret for secrecy that had masked his happiest years. Secrecy his choice, not Olivia's. Fear of exactly this scene. A declaration that Olivia and Sophia were his family. A plea for acknowledgement. Advice to Olivia. Stand your ground. A love letter to Sophia. A hope that the Harrisons would learn family is love, not bloodlines. Legacy is doing what's right. Silence. Marcus rose. "We'll file tomorrow. Don't get comfortable." Olivia stood. "I never thought it would be easy. Andrew prepared for this for years. Every document is in order. You'll waste time and money trying to undo what can't be undone." "We'll see," Elizabeth said. "Yes, we will." As she left, Emma squeezed her hand. "He'd be proud of how you're handling this." "Thank you," Olivia said. 2 weeks later, Olivia walked into Harrison Industries. The family had launched a full legal assault, but today was about PR, not court. She met Linda Chen, head of PR, along with counsel and digital comms. The press frenzy needed a steady narrative. A dignified plan emerged. One controlled interview with a reputable business outlet. A company release confirming the marriage and acknowledging Sophia. No mudslinging, no reasons for secrecy. When asked about legal challenges, Olivia would say, "Andrew made his wishes clear. I hope his family will respect that." As they wrapped, Linda said, "He talked about you, not by name, but about someone who kept him grounded. He kept his worlds too separate," Olivia said. "For what it's worth," Linda added, "he'd approve of your grace and strength." Back home, Olivia learned Emma had approached Sophia at the park. "It's okay," Olivia told the nanny. "Emma is a friend." Emma later called. Marcus was staging a strategy meeting and hadn't told Olivia. Emma wanted to help. "Andrew believed in me when no one else did," she said. "If he loved you, that's enough for me." The interview ran 3 days later with a beach house photo of the 3 of them. Public reaction was swift and largely on Olivia's side. The hidden wife and innocent child moved people. The powerful family looked grasping by contrast. James called, "The family wants to settle. 20 million if you relinquish claims to company shares and change Sophia's last name." Olivia laughed. "No." 50 and the penthouse? James asked. They could offer $1 billion and the answer would still be no. This isn't about money. It's about respect and Andrew's wishes. The next morning, a tabloid screamed, "Harrison widow's secret past. Old photos, insinuations, anonymous sources." Olivia called Linda. "We ignore it," she said. "Don't dignify it." "Good call," Linda said. "The family is taking heat. Clients are nervous. The board is anxious." Emma called. "Marcus somehow accessed Andrew's medical records and was building a capacity claim. Illegal." Olivia alerted James and her own attorney. By day's end, a judge granted an injunction barring illicit medical records and ordered Marcus to explain how he'd obtained them. A first legal win. A message. She wouldn't be bullied. 3 weeks after Andrew's death, Elizabeth appeared at Olivia's door. "May I come in?" "Sophia's napping. That's fine. I wanted to talk to you." In the kitchen, Elizabeth struggled. "I owe you an apology for what I said at the hospital. Shock is no excuse." "No, it isn't," Olivia said. Elizabeth's gaze softened. "I saw the photo in the article. The way Andrew looked at you. I can't remember him looking that way around us, always guarded." "Trapped," Olivia said. Elizabeth slid a small photo album across the counter. "I found this hidden in his desk. Inside were images of a private life. Sophia as a newborn, Olivia asleep with their infant, beach Christmases, birthdays." "He kept us with him," Olivia whispered. "He loved you," Elizabeth said. "Clearly. He arranged everything to protect you." "Then why fight us?" Olivia asked. "Because that's what Harrisons do, protect what's ours. But I'm starting to question the cost. I haven't told the others I came. When Sophia wakes, tell her Aunt Elizabeth said hello." It was small, but seismic, the first genuine bridge. That evening, a call came from Robert, Andrew's longtime assistant. He had something Andrew had recorded 4 years earlier, kept safe to be delivered if anything happened. A USB drive. He brought it the next morning, emotional. "He talked about you," Robert said. "Not details, but I knew someone made him happier than I'd ever seen." After drop-off, Olivia waited until Sophia was at preschool. She plugged in the drive. Andrew's healthy face filled the screen. "Olivia, if you're watching, something happened, and I never found the courage to do what I should have done. I'm sorry for that. Never for us. You and Sophia are my real world." He laid out the legal protections, then addressed the family he knew would fight, declaring his autonomy, capacity, love, and intent on camera. Then the why of the secrecy. A family culture of control, a youthful love crushed by threats, a brother's first marriage undermined. "When I met you, I knew they'd try to destroy us, because you're independent and won't conform. I chose secrecy over confrontation and told myself it was temporary, always just until. I was protecting myself as much as you. I'm ashamed. You deserved acknowledgement. Sophia deserved recognition. I kept you both in shadow because it was easier than fighting." He vowed to introduce them within a year. "If you're watching, I failed. Forgive me. Use this if they try to erase you. Show the world if you must. You were never the secret. You were the light I was too afraid to share." Olivia called James. "You need to see this." After watching twice, he said, "This changes everything. It demolishes claims of incapacity or undue influence." "Should we show them?" Olivia asked. "It might push some to stand down." Elizabeth is already wavering. Emma's supportive. Marcus is the obstacle. "Set a meeting, immediate family only," she said. "No other lawyers. It's time to end this, for Sophia most of all. She's lost her father. She shouldn't lose his family too." At James's office, the Harrisons took their seats like a funeral procession. Marcus's hostility sat like a thunderhead. Thomas looked uneasy. Elizabeth guarded. Emma hopeful. Olivia spoke plainly, then placed the USB on the table. James played the video. Wave by wave, Their faces changed. Shock, recognition, hurt, shame. When it ended, Emma whispered, "That was him. The real uncle." Elizabeth dabbed her eyes. "I've never heard him so honest." Thomas looked at Olivia. "He really loved you?" "Yes," she said. Marcus turned to the window. "You don't know what's at stake," he said. "I do," Olivia answered. "I know the structure, the voting block. I understand why Sophia's shares feel like a threat." He spun. "He discussed company matters with you?" "We were married," she said. "We discussed everything." Catherine asked, "Do you plan to influence the company?" "No. I have my own career. But I want Sophia to have what's hers, and to choose when she's grown. In the meantime, as trustee, I hold her votes. I'm open to solutions that honor both her inheritance and your governance worries." They exchanged looks. "We need to discuss privately," Marcus said. "Take your time," Olivia replied, "but know this, we're not going away. I'd rather we find a path with your blessing than waste years in court." An hour later, the tone had shifted. Marcus led with a formal proposal. Elizabeth cut in. "Seeing that video forced us to face uncomfortable truths." Thomas added, "We played roles. We drove Andrew to hide the most important people in his life." Marcus continued, "Practicalities remain. The company has always been family-controlled. Having Sophia's significant stake potentially voted by someone outside raises governance concerns. Our proposal, full recognition of you and Sophia, no contest to the will, inheritance stands. In exchange, a voting trust. You retain ownership. Votes cast by a committee of 3, 1 seat for you representing Sophia, 2 rotating family members. Reasonable," Olivia thought. "I'll need terms in writing in my attorney's review." "Of course," Marcus said. "And I want something," Olivia added. "A real relationship, visits, holidays, a family for Sophia." Elizabeth smiled. Faintly. "We'd like that." Emma nudged Marcus. "Tell her the rest." Marcus looked uncomfortable. "We'd also like to apologize publicly for how we handled this." Catherine added, "And establish a foundation in Andrew's name, causes he cared about. We'd like your guidance. It wasn't perfect. Details remained, but it was a beginning." "I think Andrew would be pleased," Olivia said softly. "This is what he wanted." As they rose, Elizabeth approached. "Could I meet Sophia properly? Maybe bring a gift?" "She loves books and space," Olivia said. "She wants to be an astronaut." Elizabeth brightened. "Andrew was obsessed with space as a kid. I have his old books. Maybe she'd like them." "She would," Olivia said. She left feeling Andrew at her side, approving. The road would be bumpy, but the win that mattered, recognition, was theirs. 1 year later, spring exploded across the Harrison estate. Children tore over the lawn. 5-year-old Sophia led the pack, curls flying as cousins chased her. From the terrace, Olivia smiled. A year ago, she couldn't have imagined this. Sophia folded into the family, accepted by those who once tried to deny her. Emma joined her with lemonade. "Amazing what a year can do," Olivia said. "Thank you," Emma replied. "You could have broken this family. Instead, you saved it." "That's generous," Olivia laughed. "It's true," Emma said. "We were just performing. Now we feel like family." Across the garden, Elizabeth set up a painting station for the little ones. Thomas and his husband tended the grill. Even Marcus, still a bit reserved, had spent the morning teaching Sophia to fly a kite. Harrison Family Day had become a monthly ritual, Olivia's idea to build the ties she wanted for Sophia. "How are the renovations?" Emma asked. "Almost done." "Next month we move in?" Olivia had chosen to sell the penthouse, too many bittersweet echoes, and restore Andrew's smaller childhood home on the estate. Symbolic and practical, a place in the family, with independence. "Sophia can't wait for a backyard and cousins," Olivia smiled. "And your new role?" Emma asked. "The foundation?" Olivia nodded. The Andrew Harrison Foundation had grown quickly, funding arts education, medical research, community programs. 3 months ago, the board, family, and independent directors unanimously named Olivia executive director. "It feels right," she said, turning Andrew's legacy into impact. "He'd be proud," Emma said. Olivia checked a text. Robert says the portrait arrived for the boardroom. They're hanging it now. Tomorrow's unveiling. Not the stiff corporate painting, but a portrait of Andrew's warmth, humor, humanity, drawn from family photos, including ones with Olivia and Sophia. Will you be there? Emma asked. Of course, Olivia said. Sophia helped choose the photo. Marcus approached, uncharacteristically tentative. May I have a word? Is something wrong? No. He cleared his throat. The board reviewed quarterly results. The foundation. Initiatives, especially the scholarship program, are making a difference. Not just for recipients, for the company's reputation. Applications are up. Satisfaction scores rose. Even our stock ticked up. I'm glad, Olivia said, but that's not what you came to say. He exhaled. You were right about Andrew, about what he wanted, about our need to change. Sophia has been good for all of us. She's Andrew, before expectations bent him. He would be happy to hear that, Olivia said. I was wrong about you, Marcus admitted. I thought you were a threat. You've helped preserve what matters, healthier. It was as close to an apology as he'd likely come. Olivia nodded. Family meant everything to Andrew. Not the company or the money, the people. You're succeeding, Marcus said. One more thing. The voting trust renews next month. I've been thinking perhaps we revise it? Give you greater say in Sophia's votes? Really? What changed? You've shown you'll act for the company's good, and it's what Andrew would have wanted. Mom! Sophia raced up, breathless. Aunt Elizabeth says we can paint now. Come see, I'll be right there. She watched her daughter sprint back. She has his eyes, and his smile. Marcus nodded. Every time I see her, I see him. Evening gathered as art projects gave way to dinner on the lawn. A movie screen went up for the kids. Sophia cuddled under a blanket with Olivia, pointing at the first star. Look, Mom! Daddy's winking. Olivia hugged her close. Yes, he is. Later, with Sophia asleep in the guest room until their house was ready, Olivia stood on the balcony looking over the estate. So much change in a year. The ache of loss remained, braided with new joys, new purpose. She took the emerald ring from her purse. She'd stopped wearing it after the funeral. It hurt too much. Now she slid it on, not as a symbol of absence, but of what they'd built and what would endure through Sophia. Her phone chimed, tomorrow's unveiling reminder. The portrait would mark another stitch between Andrew's two worlds, the family he was born into and the one he chose. At last, the boardroom would show who he truly was. Not just the corporate mask. It wasn't the introduction Andrew had planned. It wasn't the future they dreamed together, but it was real. A legacy of love, pulled from shadow into light. She looked up at the stars. At one bright point, Sophia called Daddy. We did it, she whispered. They see us now. They know us, just like you wanted. The star seemed to glimmer. Andrew, keeping his promise to wink from heaven. Olivia smiled through tears. Not every secret should stay buried. Some must surface, not to wound but to heal, to build bridges where walls once stood, to turn isolation into belonging. That was Andrew's final gift, the truth that set them free.